Hey, I'm Colwyn. Got another Transformer video. This is Siege of Cybertron ApeFace with Titan Returns Titan Master ApeFace. Yes, and since this guy... we have our first issue. Since this guy came out first, we'll talk about him first real quick. So, Titan's Return did come out before Siege of Cybertron, and when I'm putting this on wrong, here we go. There is a little teeny tiny lip that wants to, yeah, okay. There we go. Titan's Return came out before Siege of Cybertron, and yes, they had the Deluxes and the Voyagers, but they also had little small vehicles, little small versions, with mainly you're getting the head, the Titan Master head, and you have a little vehicle. So this is the ApeFace Titan Master head that they came out with, and you're meant to use these with the Deluxes and the Voyagers, a whole bunch of interchangeability, you know what I mean? And like, that's a good little, you know, ApeFace head sculpt right there. Then here he is in his Titan Master mode, and then here's the little mini vehicle. So it's got a jet spaceship mode, and we saw earlier, you stick him in there like that, and like it solidifies itself as a spaceship, right? Then you can take him out, fold back the cockpit, bring forward these engines, and we have our ape mode. Ook, ook, ook. And yes, you can take the Titan Master, come on, back on there, and plug it in there. But the coolest thing about these things is what you saw a moment ago, where I had this all transformed out, and he's a triple barrel blaster gun of doom. And like, you can fold that back and you can be a monkey gun of doom, whatever you want to do, right? Stick that up in there. But what I would like to do for now is put that off to the side, and we're going to get into the much better version of ApeFace. And one reason why you would want to get the Titan Return head is to outright replace the head that comes with the guy, because look at the face plates here. Like, this one is so much better looking, and there's a reason for that. This one has an uglier, well, not has a plainer, has a plainer, simpler design for the robot mode face, because he's got that ape mode face also, and that's built onto his back. So this guy has his robot mode face on the back. He's got an ape mode face on the back. So they got to put the robot mode face on the back of the legs. He's two-faced. And yeah, if you really want to, you can stick that up there, but like, nah. You really want to get a hold of the Titan Return ApeFace head and plug that on there. Dude, mwah, that looks so much better. Look at that, right? Let's get a slightly closer up look right there. See? Yeah, no. We're going to take this guy for now, and we're going to stick him in over here. And see, there's the whole interchangeability, and he doesn't look too bad, actually. Put you back over there. So back onto ApeFace. Like, exception of the head, we got the much better version of the head on there. Turn him around, he's got a minimalistic backpack going on. He's got a lot of nice tech detailing all molded in. He's got his shield up on here, and he's tech detailing all over. And like, this guy is right now going on like 2-3 years now, and his white plastic is still nice and bright. Let's go ahead and get in my size comparisons. We have Mr. Spider-Man Film Noir. We've got the soda can. And we've got the robots. The car robots. Oh, and while I'm at it, let's bring in Snapdragon. And like, dude, these guys just look good together. And no, he didn't have his own Titan Master head. His head is just strictly for him, but like he doesn't have anything weird on the back of his robot mode head, you know? So, yeah, they look good together. And we'll bring Snapdragon back in later on for other stuff. Let's take a look at his accessories for a moment. So, like, he's got this decent looking gun. It looks nice and strong with a lower underbarrel for whatever you want that to be for, like a rail or whatever. It's got a targeting scope on top. Good stuff. And then we've got this weird shield thing that, like, as you saw, it just sits on the shoulder, and like you can put it on the forearm and stuff if you want, but like it's really not big enough to do anything, right? This comes in more in play in the vehicle mode. It's got some cool detailing on the bottom, and yes, it is clear plastic painted over, and they probably molded this along with the other clear bits on his vehicle mode. So, articulation, his head is kind of limited. He got a little side to side, but like, you know, you could pop the head out, so be careful on that. We've got universal jointed shoulders. We've got an above the we got an at the shoulder swivel. We've got a nice 90-degree bend on the elbow, and it can actually go backwards, and that's kind of for transformation. Nothing at the wrists, except for that, but again, that's transformation. No waist articulation, sadly, but like the way he's designed, they weren't going to get waist articulation in there, no. Universal jointed hips, at the hip swivel, nice big old knee bend, not too huge, but like you can get a little extra if you're willing to finagle that extra joint in there, but that's a transformation joint. Then, down here on the bottom, you can use his ankle rockers, but these are really more for transformation because there's actually a little hole here that pegs onto the back of the heels like that. So, yeah, he really doesn't have ankle articulation. He's got toe articulation, and he can kind of jigger ankles, but it's really, that's for transformation. Yeah. So, speaking of transformation, this guy seems intimidating and annoying at first, but he's really not that bad. You just got to realize that there's extra stuff. So, first we got to pull the head off, put that off to the side, because that head section gets covered up by the transformation. Come to the arms, we're going to fold the fists in, and then we're going to turn the arms outright backwards. And this tab is going to go into the back of the shoulder. Tab, back of the shoulder. And like orientate them kind of facing forward so they're out of the way. Now, right here, we've got the gorilla mode leg. And behind the gorilla mode leg on the back of the foot is this little tab that goes into this little slot on the back of the wing when you transform them into robot mode. So we're going to disconnect the wings there. Now, the arm, now that we got the torso all done where we need it, we're going to come down here to the legs. And we're going to disconnect the feet, get those pulled away. And we're going to open up the leg. Okay, here we go. Just bring this entire chunk out of the leg. Let me show you on the other leg here. Bring the legs in the way. Here's the leg. Bring the entire chunk out. And like, they even got detailing molded on the inside. And like, I didn't mention how many Seige ports he's got. He's got 2 on his arms. He's got 1 on the back of each leg, 1 on each of the wings. He's covered with options. He's got them on the feet even. So, like I was saying though, back to transformation. Bring the leg kibble completely out of the way. Then, on this double hinge, we're going to push the entire leg forward. So, on that double hinge, bring the entire leg upwards. And then, there's this little tab that's going to go into these little slots on his waist here. There we go. Then, straighten that back out. Fold down the robot mode feet. And close up. Not completely, but kind of close over those legs, and then bring this all down. And these pegs will go into these holes right here. And that slips up underneath there, and that fills that in. And I'm going to skip ahead a moment, pull this down, because I want to demonstrate something kind of cool about this guy. So I'm going to take his issued, the one that the headmaster that comes with him, and I'm going to slip that in there. And yes, that's the Gorilla Mode head. I'm going to tuck that back in. Let's go ahead and take the gun, and we're going to peg that up in there. Then we come back here, and let's close this up. This tab is going to hook underneath, and then this is going to go onto this tab. There we go. And then we can straighten out the wings. Come back here like this. That's not the cockpit. I mean, yeah, you could assume that he could see out the front there while he's kind of tucked up in there. Okay, that's cool. But back here is the proper cockpit. So we're going to take the other Titan Master and stick it back in there. Then we're going to take this thing, and that thing just pegs right up on top, and like there's even a little bit of the cockpit that just goes right through that little hole there. No, that doesn't fold up all the way. There's a tab and slot on the back. Oh! Let's try and figure this out again. Yeah, okay. So there's the jet mode. It's not a jet mode. It's a heavy attack spaceship. He's even got a peg port so you can mount him on a display stand if you want. I like that. That's nice. And these little tiny pegs here actually could be used for Titan Masters to stand on, which is really cool. It's got, again, nice tech detailing all over. It's still nice and clear and white, which is nice to see. Got the nice blaster cannon up front. Let's go ahead and bring in my comparisons. Let's bring in his friend Snapdragon. Uh-oh. There we go. Again, bring over Film Noir Spider-Man and my soda can. We can bring in the cars. And we brought in Snapdragon already. And like we can see here how this thing compares to the Titan Returns one. I think the Seige one is a lot better, is a lot cooler. But this was good for what it was, and it gave us the nicer head sculpt. Gorilla Mode. We're going to pull off the nose gun here. I'm pretty sure this can stay on, so we're just going to leave that on there. And we're going to come back here, and we're going to bring down the gorilla back hind leg so he can just like stand up on his own. And then we can disconnect away these big, huge blocks and just outright fold them out. You seeing what I mean? Like he's got extra bits hanging off of him so that he can do his cool gorilla mode thing. And like that extra stuff makes him kind of intimidating. Because now we're just going to take the nose cone and just straight fold that right back. And like, yeah, things kind of fall apart a little bit. But there we go. We have him in his gorilla mode. So we got him in his gorilla mode, and we can take his gun and we can go ahead and mount that on his back. And if we're so inclined, we can mount the other gun wherever we want. But for right now, let's go ahead and just put him side by side with his "Leave me and my son alone. Don't talk to me or my son." Yeah, so his gorilla mode kind of has a hard time staying together sometimes. I think we're supposed to... No, okay, never mind. He does have limited articulation. He does have these big old arms hanging off his butt. He's got back swivel hips. He's got back knees. He's got back ankles. His gorilla arms in the front, though, these have nice big old ball jointed shoulders. No kind of arm swivel. So he's constantly kind of just stuck. He can't do the gorilla chest pound thing. And again, he keeps... Like his entire torso, his lower legs are pegged on with these two tabs, and then these other flimsy tabs on the back. So if you're too rough with him, he'll come untransformed on you. Let's go ahead and... Can I stand you upright? Let's stand you upright. Here we go. So yeah, even though he's supposed to look like a big old ugly techno monster, his gorilla mode does kind of suffer in the end. Let's oppose him a little bit better real quick before I bring in the last comparison, because we're almost done here. Let's bring in Snapdragon, and like, dude, you got the techno monster gorilla with the techno monster dinosaur, and like, they're buddies. They go destroy stuff together. It's really cool. I like that. And they look great together, do they not? They look awesome together. So like, wrap it all up. Transformers Seige ApeFace is like, he's a good figure. His ape mode kind of has a hard time staying together. His jet mode, well, his spaceship mode is good. His robot mode is very intimidating, and like, he looks good with Snapdragon. Like, if you're gonna get one, you gotta get the other. They go together, and they have their son. So this is Colin. Thank you for watching. You guys have a safe day.